¿Qué pasó, güey? It's your homeboy Kitsakwal, and your ass up with another video. Today we're going to talk about the Randall Bailey versus Devin Alexander fight that just took place a couple minutes ago. Out of the entire Showtime lineup that they had tonight, this was a good fight, but it was probably the least exciting one. Of course, both fighters were coming off of impressive victories in some of the recent fights, with Devin Alexander completely dominating Marcos Maidana, and Randall Bailey telling Mike Jones, he didn't like the fucking bus driver. He was like, you going to jail now? The motherfucker like, wow. Fucking Mike Jones just said, bye. Motherfucker went to sleep, put him out, and he ended up winning a championship, and Devin Alexander was coming in as the contender. Devin Alexander is somewhat of a complete fighter. There are some things in his defense that he needs to work on, because Randall Bailey, while he was almost his activity was almost non-existent, except a couple blips here in a couple rounds, he was still able to land a couple of clean shots. And that could have put Devin Alexander in a couple problems had Randall Bailey been a bit more active. But Randall Bailey, he did nothing in this fight, and that was largely due to Devin Alexander's skills. Devin Alexander is a very good technician in that ring. He has good footwork. He displayed that in this fight. He was able to keep his distance from Randall Bailey. You can see Randall Bailey was looking for that huge right hand. Whether it was an overhand right, a straight right, or right uppercut. That's the punch he wanted to land. And Devin Alexander was aware of that in that fight, and he was able to land combinations on Randall Bailey and keep moving around. At times, there was a lot of holding in the fight, and you heard the crowd start to boo. But in that moment, if you're thinking through the fighter's mindset, Devin Alexander, he knows how dangerous Randall Bailey is, so he's trying to buy as much time as he can to try to get a decision win. He's not looking to knock him out. If eventually he would have broke him down, you would have saw him trying to finish him, but he wasn't gonna just try to knock him out or slug it out with him, because that's giving all the advantage to Randall Bailey. So while the fight wasn't that exciting because of that, strategically, Devin Alexander did what he needed to do in this fight. I gave maybe one round to Randall Bailey, and even that round was very debatable. I believe it was the fifth round where Randall Bailey landed two consecutive right hands. There were some big shots, but he didn't really do anything after that. And Devin Alexander didn't do much himself, but he had a far more higher activity rate than Randall Bailey did. With Devin Alexander as a 147-pound champion, a rematch with Timothy Bradley would be nice. I think they have unfinished business. That fight ended up on a cut and went to the judges' scorecards. I think a rematch would be a little bit more exciting. Both fighters were fighting kind of timid in that fight as well. Marcos Maidana, at this point, I don't think he would want a rematch with Devin Alexander. But Devin Alexander pretty much has a good future ahead of him. He's been able to come back from the loss to Timothy Bradley, and we'll see what the future holds for him. As far as Randall Bailey's concerned, this may be one of his last fights that you'll see him in on HBO or Showtime. And if he does continue, I think he might just be like a gatekeeper, and. But this may have been his last hoorah fight, and you got to give him a lot of respect. He has a huge right hand, and when he knocked out Mike Jones, that was an amazing comeback, because he was down on the cards and nobody expected him to win. So he deserves major props for that. But if you like this shit, hit the like button, hit the motherfucking subscribe button. This your homeboy Kitsakwal, signing the fuck on out.